Hello, hello, and welcome to Tuesday's Lunch Break Live, where I share simple, applicable tips you can incorporate immediately to live your healthiest and happiest life. I am going to let a few of you guys hop on here and give you guys a few minutes to join me because I want you to do this with me. This time of year, getting ready for the holidays, Christmas is this weekend, and the hustle and bustle causes a lot of tension and stress in the neck and the shoulders and typically in the face, and it results in headaches and stress and tension headaches, right? And so we want to do some things that are quick and easy, but that you can do on the go. So yes, stretching and mobility and foam rolling and trigger point therapy, all of those things are great, but you have to get in the floor, you have to get equipment. And I wanted to share with you guys some things that you can do on the go. You can do them in the car, you can do them in the middle of whatever. It takes 30 seconds. You can do it to yourself and you don't have to have any special equipment to do this. So I find this super helpful. I usually start my mornings with this routine. I find that it helps me start the day and it helps blood flow and makes me feel better and less tension, especially if I slept kind of funny. It relieves a lot of tension in the neck. So I'm going to share with you how to do it, but first let me introduce myself. I'm Kim Clinkenbeard. Over the last 30 years, I've helped thousands of people gain back their health and reach their goals through my nutrition, fitness, and mindset classes. And today I empower women 40 and over to do the same through my mind and body transformation program. So let's get started. I hope to see a few of you on here. I see some people are watching. I'm not really sure anymore how I can see who that is. But if you want to, I think you can tag on here if you want to join me. You can tag and I can let you hop on the live video with me and we can do this together. So I'm going to show you first how to release your traps. And so first things first, most of us, especially women, tend to creep up as we get more and more stressed. Our shoulders tend to creep up into our ears. So an exercise I have all of my women clients do, especially before we start exercising, is to just raise their shoulders as high as they can. So if you want to do, if you want to release something, if you want an opposite movement, the key is to do the movement you don't want first, and then you're able to relax it. So we want our shoulders down. So if you're unsure if your shoulders are up throughout the day, lift them. That will tell you if they're already there, you're not going to be able to lift them very much further. So first, lift your shoulders, set them back under your ears, and then drop them down. And you'll feel a nice stretch already. And most of us work in the front. We're typing or driving or eating, whatever. We're forward movement people, right? So our shoulders tend to round forward anyway. And then our necks kind of protrude forward because we're on the phone, we're looking down. So if you'll raise your shoulders, you'll set them under your ears, and then you drop them. You will feel a nice stretch in your chest automatically if you tend to be forward rolling anyway, which most of us are. So that's a great way to just get this opened up and stretch out these muscles. And that will be the first step to eliminating chronic neck and shoulder tension anyway. Okay, so that's a great tip. All right, so let's get started with how to relieve this in 30 seconds. First, we're going to work on our traps, and your traps are this big chunk of muscle right here that attaches to the neck and the shoulder. So this big hunk, and I'm going to teach you how to grab that yourself. So first things first, shoulders back. You want to raise that shoulder and look at it, and it will pop that muscle up for you. And then if it drops down, you just raise it a little bit more, and you can see this little divot here. And this allows you to put your thumb there, and then you wrap your fingers around the back here. And then you're going to relax the shoulder and you grab that big muscle. It's a big, thick, tough muscle, and you can really dig deep in here. You're not gonna hurt yourself, and you're not gonna grab anything that you shouldn't grab. If it starts tingling or you feel tingling migrate down the arm, you're on a nerve. So release and do it again. So lift the shoulder. It allows you to have that groove. You can put your thumb and really grab hold of that muscle. And then I am just massaging this back and forth like so. And if I lose my grip, I just grab it again by lifting. And I'll just do that as many times as I want. And the muscle, again, it starts at the neck and it comes all the way down here. So you've got quite a bit of places that you can work. You can start low, middle, and I get pretty intense here and I squeeze really hard with my thumb and my fingers. And then you can move your way all the way up towards the neck. And even if I can't really get a lot of movement this way, then I will even just press and massage like I'm kind of massaging between my fingers here. If I find a good knot, raise it. It allows you to grab a little bit more. And really what you're trying to do here is just get it nice and pliable. That's healthy muscle tissue. Stiff, hard, compact muscle tissue is not healthy muscle tissue. That causes things to tear and break and strain. Okay, that's the first step. So we've loosened this up and it's gotten nice and pliable, and you should already start to feel some blood flow into your head, right? You'll feel all of this all the way up into the top of the scalp. So the next part of this, and we're gonna work the same side, and then you can move on to the other side. So the next part of this is you want to do this muscle here. And it's a big chunk of muscle that starts right at the base of the skull and it runs down and it attaches into this complex a little bit too. But some people can find it very easily and some people can't. So what I do to try to find it is I turn my neck towards that shoulder, and that allows me to grab that muscle. And it's the same thing. You can raise your shoulder a little bit. Now you don't want to get on the carotid artery, right, and cut off blood flow. That's not good. So don't squeeze so hard that you make yourself pass out, right? Be a little gentle here. But up here at the top, you can get pretty intense and you can really wiggle back and forth, just like you did the trapezius muscle up here. Same concept, you can wiggle back and forth. And sometimes if you'll turn your head, you can see that muscle pop up just a little bit. You can grab it here and massage it this way. And then you can also, if you find a little tender spot, you can rub your thumb and fingers together and massage it that way too. Again, be somewhat careful that you're not putting a lot of pressure on that carotid artery, but this will release a lot of tension in the neck and the shoulder. And if you'll do this first, you'll feel a lot of relief already in the forehead and in the jaw and in the scalp, okay? So now I'm gonna show you a couple of more exercises. I'm gonna put my hair up really quick so you guys can see my neck a little bit better. So first things first, your fingers are together and they're gonna put pressure on the neck itself. And then as we're putting pressure and moving our hands, we tilt our head and move our head around. So I'm gonna show you guys this technique from the front, the side, and then I'll face the back and show you as well. So first things first, and I do both sides and I do about 5 of these on each side. So I'm gonna put my fingers together. I'm gonna place it on the back side of my neck, just like this, okay? And I'm putting pressure here with my fingers. And so I'm pulling across, okay? I'm gonna look at it here, and I'm going to start turning my head away and dragging my fingers across the back. So I'm gonna show you that again. Look that direction, put your fingers on the neck, start putting pressure here, and as you turn your head, you're dragging your hands across the back of the neck. So I'm gonna show you from the side. I'm here, I'm gonna look, grab, I'm gonna put some pressure here and turn my head away as I drag across. This relieves really quite a bit of tension. So fingers here, I'm gonna look at it, and then I'm going to drag my fingers across as I slowly turn my head. It's a great neck stretch and release. And then you'll do the other side as well, okay? And then one more. You're gonna use both hands for this one, and you align them up, fingertips together on the back of the spine. And I'm gonna show you from the back first. So right here's my cervical spine. So I'm gonna put my fingertips on either side of that, and I'm gonna start down low, and I'm gonna start pulling forward as I dip my chin down all the way. And then move my hands up to the center. And I put pressure, tilt my chin down and pull forward. Lift the chin, go up high on the neck. Put pressure, start lowering my chin as I drag my hands forward. So I'm going to show you from the side. So same thing, I'm low on the neck, fingertips on either side of the cervical spine. Put pressure. As I dip my chin down, I drag my fingers forward. And then I move up to the center, put pressure, lower my chin, drag my fingers forward, and then I go up to the high part of the neck, pressure, drop my chin, and drag my hands forward. Okay, I'll show you from the front one more time. Low. And you pull as you drop your chin. Center, pull as you drop your chin and just slide those fingers. And at the top, pull and drag as you drop your chin. All right, so hopefully these tips will help you release all this neck and upper shoulder pain. And again, as you start to raise, pull your shoulders under your ears and drop them down, you'll feel it stretching out your chest, your pecs, okay? And that will help tremendously keep these muscles stretched out and from tensing up quite as much as well. So work here all the time, and then use these, the trap release, the neck release, and then the massage techniques I just showed you as you need them. And again, I start my day at least with these massages on the neck and the trap, and then these you can do anywhere at any point when you start feeling a little tension in your neck, shoulders, and your head. I would love for you guys to tell me your biggest struggles. I put a post earlier, but you can put them in the comments here as well. So what are your biggest struggles? Is it drinking enough water? Raise your hand in the comments, put water. Is it sugar? Here's your biggest struggle, eating too much sugar or staying away from sugar. So write sugar in there if that's yours. Is it eating late at night? This is one that I hear often is people eating late at night, either too soon before bed or they wake up in the middle of the night and eat. And some people are comboing that. They're eating sugar in the middle of the night, so that's a double whammy. So put that in there if that's your struggle. Or motivation, if lack of motivation is your number one struggle. I would love to know that. I am putting together a challenge and a workshop for January after the holidays. So it will work on certain things that are going to benefit you guys the most. So let me know what those are, what your biggest struggles are, and I will be sure to tackle those within that challenge and that workshop. Let me know if these stretches for your neck and your shoulders really help, and that if you're using those, again, it takes less than 30 seconds. You will relieve a lot of stress, and a lot of times when you're focused on doing something else, especially a self-care, the mental stress will dissipate too. So that's a double whammy, reduce mental stress and physical neck and chest stress. So thank you guys. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful Christmas with your friends and your family, and I will see y'all live next week. Merry Christmas.